how did this deal get done?
Well, Oklahoma City really, as the year progressed, was playing from ahead, and George became very comfortable with them and believed in the future, believed in the organization. Met with general manager Sam Presti earlier this week, had some questions answered, and then OKC wanted to do that meeting in Oklahoma City. A lot of teams meet out in LA, agents are centered there, teams fly out, players are there. They built this meeting around that party that was organized by the organization. Russell Westbrook flew back in, and the Thunder's goal was to get that commitment from Paul George without him ever getting to sit down with Magic Johnson in LA, and they got it last night.
Yeah, because so many people were assuming that he would be that really easy free agent piece that LA could slide in there to play with LeBron. But they got very creative with this deal, right?
Right. Well, the 4-year deal that he agreed to, $137 million, includes a player option after year 3. So he can opt out of the deal after year 3 and then redo the deal on another 5 years. So 4 years, $137 million becomes 7 years, $284 million plus if he does another 5-year max deal then. And so it gives them some security here in the short term and then the chance to really cash in long term. That's part of the new collective bargaining agreement. And it's meant to try to keep players where they are, and that's a help for a smaller market like Oklahoma City when they're competing against an LA or New York or Chicago.
Well, sure, and one that had already seen James Harden walk and Kevin Durant walk. So this is a big win for them. They have 11 players locked up, which makes you wonder what else there is to do in OKC. So for more, let's go to Bobby and Jay.
All right, Hannah, Bobby Marks here to give us a front office perspective on all this. Looked like Paul George is using OKC as like just a 1-year stopgap to go to LA, but that's not going to happen. What were your first thoughts when you heard he was staying?
I was surprised. I was surprised based on where we were a year ago with the trade that occurred to getting to Oklahoma City, the intention of going to Los Angeles. It is almost like that David versus Goliath, that small market Oklahoma City versus that big market in Los Angeles. And I give Sam Presti, their general manager, a lot of credit because they were able to in-house recruit him for a year. And it worked out. The other thing I was real surprised at, the Lakers never got a chance to get a seat at the table and never got to meet with Paul George there. All
right, OKC was a 4th seed in the playoffs, out in the first round the first year with Russ, Melo, and PG-13. What's the team ceiling headed into year 2 with this trio?
Well, it's expensive. We talked about it last night. It's going to be close to $300 million with salary and luxury tax. You are restricted with your minimum exception. The likelihood is what you want to build on is continuity. Bring this group back. We forget about Andre Roberson, who hurt his knee in that Detroit game, who is kind of that X factor. If we can get Roberson back healthy, this team is a top 4 team in the West, but this is who you are for the next 3 or 4 years right now.